You know how much you weigh.
How much I weigh.
Fat, nigga. That's what you is.
I'm not fat.
Fat.
I'm not fat, muscle.
That's fat.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Grab it again, son. Grab it again.
How I look at the weigh-in, though?
Grab it again.
How I look at the weigh-in?
We talking about now.
How I look at the weigh-in,
But you talking about how big
how I
you
look at the weigh-in,
is. It's
though?
fat.
But how I look at the
Grab
weigh-in?
that.
How I look at the weigh-in?
Yeah.
I guarantee I'm gonna crush you.
Grab that.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Grab that.
Smack you when you fight.
Don't try to go to the body.
Why you talking from the side, bro?
Don't try that little.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Boxing Facts or Fiction. I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. I promise you guys I was going to do a breakdown of the epic meetup of Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. in this video talks about his game plan that he sat down with Al Haymon and Floyd Mayweather, and they planned out his career. And I will talk about Terrence Crawford, how he told Errol Spence to his face, how can Errol Spence be the boogeyman if he's chasing Errol Spence Jr.?
Don't try that.
You got nothing to do with this. You got nothing to do with this.
Don't try that.
You got nothing to do with this.
Hey, look.
Talking too much.
Tell him to do that little.
You talking too much,
man.
You talking too much, bro. Okay, we tell them around. Ain't nobody talk from the side.
But you
Why
talk
you gotta
to me.
talk? Ain't nobody talk from the side. Why you gotta talk?
Well, talk to me.
It don't matter.
Don't talk to him.
Tell your
Talk to
nigga
me.
be quiet.
Talk to me. Don't
Tell your
talk to
nigga
him.
be quiet.
Talk to me.
Tell your nigga to be
Talk
quiet.
to me.
Tell your nigga to be
All
quiet.
right, now you talking to me.
Tell your nigga to be
Back
quiet.
to what we was talking about.
Whatever.
Try that body
It
shot
don't
shit.
matter. Stop.
In this video, I will try to be less biased as I can because if you guys been following my channel, you know Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter. I took up boxing because of guys like Terrence Crawford. I'm a huge fan of Errol Spence Jr. as well, but I just think Terrence Crawford is a complete boxer. But Terrence Crawford told Errol Spence Jr., talk to me. Don't talk to the guy behind me. Talk to me.
That shit gonna be easy work. I promise you.
I'm
It don't
solid
matter.
as a
I'm gonna
rock.
knock you out, bro.
Oh,
You
that-
been hurt.
that's fat.
You got hurt by getting bored.
That's fat.
You got hurt by getting
I
bored.
did.
Yeah.
You got hurt by
And
Ocampo. You got hurt by
When have I
Ocampo.
got hurt by Campo?
And you got hurt
Pull
by
that up.
Kell
Pull that
Brook.
up. Pull
And
that
you
up.
got hurt by Kell Brook.
When? We seen you get wobbly leg. We seen you get wobbly
Then
leg.
what?
We seen you. It don't
After
matter.
that.
It don't matter.
After that.
Wait till I hit you.
Wait till I hit you.
Sorry.
You gonna look like Benavidez. You.
Yeah, one leg.
So Errol Spence was the first person to try to throw shots at Crawford. Like a lot of these fans that try to do it. Errol Spence said, you got hurt by getting butt whooped. Crawford said, what? What happened to him? I stopped him. You got hurt by Ocampo. And you got hurt by Kell Brook. You know what you gonna look like? You gonna look like Benavidez. Crawford stopped Jose Benavidez. Said you gonna look like Benavidez.
You gonna look like
Yeah,
him with one leg.
Yeah, one leg.
I'm gonna make
one
you
leg.
stanky leg.
What you want to bet on that?
What you want to bet
You
on?
can bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
Easy.
Let's bet $1
We can bet
million.
$1
You
million.
getting that
Easy.
money, right?
Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. What are you talking about? There it goes. We're talking crazy.
Hey,
Y'all ready to move around?
hey, this nigga still.
Can I get a picture with y'all? You can't get a picture of both.
This still earning. This nigga.
The first time I watched this, man, I love how they both kept the same energy. Crawford told Errol Spence to his face, you gonna look like Benavidez. You gonna do the stinky leg. Errol Spence said, how much you wanna bet on it? Let's bet 100,000. Crawford said, matter of fact, let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? You getting that money, right? Let's bet $1 million. Not 100K.
Still owe me a one-on-one.
Yeah, get a picture of both of us.
He still owe me my one-on-one.
Yeah, best
He still owe me my one-on-one.
Easy work.
Bob, we're making a fight happen. Can I get 10%?
Bob, no. First of all, Bob said he said Al don't exist. So how you gonna make the fight happen? Al don't exist. He said Al does not exist.
Why?
You said it in the article. You said Al doesn't exist.
I said why?
You
Al Heyman doesn't
said you
exist.
said Sam made up a fictional character of Al Heyman. You said Al
Have
doesn't
you
exist.
talked to Al Heyman?
I talked to Al. I
You
met
sure
Al
it's
Heyman.
not- you sure
I
it's
met
not
Al Heyman.
Sam?
So the reporter and Ellie Setback, he says, we're going to make this fight happen. Errol Spence Jr. said, no, we're not going to make this fight happen because Bob Arum said Al Heyman doesn't exist. How we going to make the fight happen if Al Heyman doesn't exist? Al Heyman is the advisor for guys from the PBC, guys like Errol Spence Jr. and Floyd Mayweather. Well, a lot of guys at the PBC. But Bob Arum did do an interview saying that Al Heyman doesn't exist.
I met Al Haymon.
I know.
Personally.
So have I.
Can we get both of them in the ring? Can we get both of them in the ring?
He said, I'll fight Mikey. Then I might fight Sean Porter, Keith Thurman.
So he didn't mention Terrence, huh?
He didn't.
I just got to call him up or something.
He got his number.
Well, let me
tell you.
I ain't
got no offers for y'all.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from Terrence. That's the smartest.
This is the part of the video I wanted to show a lot of these fanboys where Errol Spence Jr. said. Errol Spence Jr. said, Al Haymon already told me I'm going to fight Mikey Garcia. That's a check off the list. I'm going to fight Sean Porter. He's about to fight Sean Porter. I'm going to fight Keith Thurman. Then I'm going to fight Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence is telling us what Al Haymon told him. So Errol Spence Jr. just told us who Al Haymon said he was going to fight. He's already fought Mikey Garcia, so we know he's fighting Sean Porter next. Then he's fighting Keith Thurman, and then he probably might get that Manny Pacquiao fight. So now we know everything Errol Spence said last year in November is coming to pass. And Bob Arum told Errol Spence to his face, the smartest thing you could do is stay away from this guy, Terrence Crawford. And Errol Spence laughed.
You're a legendary promoter. I like that. You're a legendary promoter. I like that. I like that. You're the best in the business. I like that.
He been around this long.
You're a legendary promoter. I like that.
So he know fights.
I like that.
He like you though.
I know he like me.
He like you though.
He trying to sign me.
Yeah, he like you.
No, he's not. He's trying to sign me.
Bob, how big is this fight if it happens?
We don't know. We're all friends. We're in business.
There it is.
We're all fraternity brothers because this is our business.
This is one of the things I always stress in my videos. Bob Arum made it pretty clear at the end of the video, at the end of the last clip, we're all friends, we're all in business together, and we're all in the same fraternity group. So this fight can definitely happen. I've been saying this, but you guys say, oh, Crawford needs... I've been saying this for the longest, because when these guys talk, I listen to these guys. You fanboys just watch the video and just skim through it. You don't really listen. I listen to these guys when they open their mouth to talk. Bob Arum made it pretty clear. They're in the same fraternity. They do business together. Any fights can happen. Crawford does not need to leave Bob Arum. But Errol Spence Jr. already has his career planned out. That's why.
Two of the best in the business.
Right.
We brothers.
Absolutely, two of the best.
You know what I'm doing to him.
No, you don't.
He know in his mind. He know what I'm gonna do to him.
No, he don't. No, he don't.
He knows.
Stop that.
Cause he kept saying
Stop that.
Like now he's trying to make a beginning, but
Smack.
But a couple months ago he said, what he say? It's gonna happen. End of 2019. Did he not say that? Did he not say that? That's what your promoter said.
This is what I'm saying.
I read it all.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I read it all too. Terrence Crawford, wait till he get a belt.
Yeah.
He ain't did nothing in the welterweight today.
You
When he
have
get
did
a belt,
nothing.
you want to go over there. Keith Thurman want to go over there, and now y'all want to say, oh, I ain't fought nobody, but I got a belt now, so why?
Okay. Sean Porter got a belt too.
So now
Sean Porter got a belt too. Sean Porter. So why would I go to the easy road and knock Sean Porter out? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
Nigga, this dude,
Why wouldn't I?
You a smart man, but not that.
There you have it, guys. Terrence Crawford exposed Errol Spence Jr. for saying stuff and not acting on it. Errol Spence Jr. was the same guy who said if Terrence Crawford gets a belt, he wants that fight. Crawford gets a belt. Errol Spence tells Crawford to his face, why should I go that route when I can go the easy route and fight Sean Porter? Sean Porter has a belt. Why should I fight you? And Crawford told Errol Spence to his face, you a smart man. You a smart man for going the easy route instead of fighting me. Because that's exactly what Errol Spence Jr. said months ago. Last year, a couple months back. He said, once Terrence Crawford gets a belt, I'll fight him. Crawford comes to the welterweight division, gets a belt, and Errol Spence talking about taking the easy route to fight Mikey Garcia, Sean Porter, and Keith Thurman.
That's Marks.
Bro, I'm gonna crush you. I promise you.
Let's run it, man.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas on Thanksgiving. You really gonna have a Thanksgiving. Hey, look. All right, man. All right,
By the way, Bob, what do you think of him and Mikey?
He said it wasn't gonna happen. He said don't believe it.
I think that's easy for him.
Easy?
He said don't believe the fight gonna happen. That's what he said. He said don't believe it. The fight's not gonna
I
happen.
didn't believe Mikey was that stupid.
Errol Spence Jr. told Terrence Crawford to his face, when it does happen, I'm gonna crush you. If you really believe you could crush the man, why you gotta take the easy route? Why not fight him for your next fight? Why wait? But I guess he want to build a fight up. And Bob Arum was asked about Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. He said, that's an easy fight.
He gonna get paid. Mike gonna pay. I am the boogeyman. I am the boogeyman.
What is next for Terrence?
I am the boogeyman. I am the boogeyman. I am the boogeyman.
No.
I'm the boogeyman.
He can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him.
I'm the dog of the division. I'm the boogeyman.
You can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing you.
Everyone know I'm that guy.
You're not that guy.
I'm that guy.
Numbers don't lie, and I'm the number.
I'm that guy. You not the number guy.
Numbers don't lie.
You signed for 3.5 fight. I've been getting that.
Everybody got ESPN. You can do that. What? Everybody got ESPN. It don't matter.
Errol Spence Jr. said Mikey Garcia is only taking a fight because he's getting paid. I mean, Errol Spence Jr. is telling the truth. Mikey Garcia did take the fight because he's getting paid. That fight wasn't competitive. Bob Arum said it was a one-sided fight. I told you guys it was a one-sided fight. It was going to be a one-sided fight. Errol Spence Jr. said, I'm the dog of the division. I'm the boogeyman. Terrence Crawford said, how can you be the boogeyman if I'm chasing you? You can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing you.
Eric, who's the better basketball player?
Me. Anything about him is me.
Don't start this shit up. You can ask Bronner who the best basketball player.
And I killed him for the bread.
You can ask Bronner who the best basketball player. You can ask Bronner who the best.
Hey,
I asked all the money.
And I killed him for the bread. Easy work. He didn't want to play
I
me
killed him
one-on-one.
too. I killed him too.
He didn't want to play me one-on-one.
I play you one-on-one. You ran to him.
Come fight at the Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, we
Come fight at the Cowboy Stadium. Come and fight at, you know what I mean? Come and fight at
Packing 10,000. Come on.
No, we not.
So it's very evident that if Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. wasn't on a collision course to fight each other, these two would be best friends. They both have the same mentality. They're both the two quietest guys in the sport that don't talk a lot of trash. They let their hands do the talking. And when they finally meet up, they had a lot to say. So this was very entertaining. They talked about playing basketball. Errol Spence said, ask Adrian Broner who's the best. Terrence Crawford said, I'm the best. And now, so these two were talking about basketball. Errol Spence said, ask Adrian Broner who's the best at basketball. Terrence Crawford said, I'll kill him. Matter of fact, he didn't just say I'll kill him. He said, I'll kill him for the bread. That was funny. He said, I'll kill him for that bread. Yeah, that was real funny. But like I said, it's very evident if these two guys wasn't on a collision course to fight each other, they'll be best of friends because they got similar personalities.
We're not going on,
Bob, this is good stuff.
Hey, look, I
We go to Vegas.
Hey, look.
We go to Vegas. We go neutral.
We can go to there. Vegas or New York.
And then when I stop, they're gonna say he too small.
Hey, so when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak.
On my life.
And he stayed at 147.
You would not stop
too long.
him. You would not stop him.
Okay.
You crazy. You was smoking on. Ask Jamel who the hardest been hit by.
Hey, look.
The conversation got heated up again. Errol Spence Jr. told Terrence Crawford, when I stop you, they gonna say you was too small. Crawford said, when I stop you, they gonna say you was too weak. Cause you down here squeezing to make 147. They gonna say you was too weak. And Errol Spence said, they gonna say you was too small. Ask Jermell Charlo who's the hardest he's ever been hit by.
Every person that you name, ask him what I done did to him.
Ask who the hardest been hit by.
It don't matter. If you drop him and I dropped him, what that mean? They both got dropped.
Ask who the hardest been hit by.
They don't know.
Nobody ever said you hit hard.
They don't know.
Nobody ever said
if
you
you
hit
drop
hard
him
like
and I drop somebody, they don't know.
Nobody ever said you hit hard like that.
I don't know.
Ask anybody. Jamel Charlo, anybody.
Ask anybody.
I hit like 100.
You still ain't answer that question.
And I hit like a heavyweight.
You still ain't answer that question.
Y'all drop.
When can I get in the ring? When can I get in the ring? You still ain't answer that question.
We do?
So they started arguing about who hits hardest. Crawford said it don't matter who hit the hardest. If you drop him and I drop him, why do it matter who hit the hardest? The fact is, everybody you done drop, I can drop too. Or everybody you done spar, if I spar him and you drop him, I drop him too. So what's the difference?
He said he don't know how to contact us. It's not gonna be good.
You said you got. You said you got.
Oh man, he sound like check the check. God damn. God damn.
How much is that change?
Hey, I bet my coach with him too.
I bet it.
I bet. I put money on my coach. Bet. Whatever. We bet 20.
We can do that.
We want to do that.
We can do that.
We do that. All my life, my coach.
And then Terrence Crawford coach showed up, and Errol Spence got heated. He heard an interview from Bomac that he was living check to check. Well, according to Errol Spence, he thought Bomac said that, but Bomac didn't really say that. He said something else. But to Errol Spence, it sounded like Bomac said he was living check to check, paycheck to paycheck. But then they started arguing about who coach is better and who coach could beat the other coach.
Let's course get that money. Let's get some of that PPC.
Oh yeah, they both knocking you out.
Get some of that PPC.
Nah, we can do that though.
And I'm 60.
Hey, you hear that right? You hear that right? My coach versus his coach.
Basketball? Man, I fear no man but God. Trust me. No man but God.
But what sport goes?
Well, you better get that motherfucking camera out my face.
Hey, y'all want to see another bet? I bet you 100,000 he faster than you.
And what?
Punch it. Woo. Let's do that right now.
How you fast?
I said I bet 100,000.
How do we do this? How we judge this?
However y'all want to judge it. I bet it faster. No. I'm saying I bet you 100,000.
How do we bet? How do we bet this? I don't get it. How do we bet this? I would bet 20,000 my coach would beat your coach.
I said 100,000 he faster than you. Fuck all that.
So clearly these two, they like each other, man. If they wasn't on the course to fight each other, they'd be best friends, man. But this is boxing. At the end of the day, you got to put the friendship aside. You have to lace the gloves up and give the fans what they want to see. I mean, sometimes fans even want to see brothers versus brother. They wanted to see Jermell Charlo versus Jamal Charlo. Fans don't really care. They just want to see the best fighting the best.
Nah, we can bet the 20,000. You gonna renege on that? Yeah, I'm a coach. You ain't got 20,000. $150,000 bet. Would you bet this?
Look at Bob. I'm liking this shit.
Would you bet that? Come here, Midwest. Toledo. I know where you from. The mud. Come on, the mud. Come on, mud. I know where you from. Come over here. Nah, he ran out. Hey, man, y'all. So don't renege on that 20,000.
Hey man, I don't renege on nothing. Right, bro. Hey, just know. Hey, just know. Hey, look.
Hey, you gonna answer that question?
Hey, Bob.
You gonna answer that question?
Hey, Bob.
Ask McGee. He wants to fight someone. Bobby wants you to get
Bob, hold on. I'm gonna call my promoter. Hold on. Hey, call my number.
I can't
my number.
I can't renege if I pulled up on him. I pulled up on you, EJ.
I'm gonna call. What you talking about? I knew you was gonna be here.
And you knew I was gonna pull up.
That's why I came.
Did you know I was gonna pull up?
Oh God, I knew you was gonna be here.
Did you
Where
know I
I
was
see
gonna pull up?
I see. Where you at?
I see you right there. Did you know I
I got a text
pull up?
message, nigga, from 3 o'clock.
And you got a, hey, and you got a FaceTime for me and you didn't answer.
I don't know your number. What you talking about? You got my number.
But now you do. Save it.
I don't know your number.
Save it.
Which one we get out
Hey, hello? Hey, I need to talk to EJ Promoter.
So these guys are very hilarious. Terrence Crawford told Errol Spence right to his face, man, I pulled up on you. Errol Spence said, I knew you was going to be here. I knew you was going to be here. Terrence Crawford told Errol Spence, man, I even FaceTimed you. I called you. Errol Spence said, I don't know your number. Why would I pick up? I don't know your number. Terrence Crawford said, now you do. So save it. Man, these guys are hilarious, man. I can't wait till they...
Oh, this EJ? I'm my own promoter. We do this man down promotion, man.
EJ, I gotta ask you a question though. How much is the chain? That's like.
In my opinion, this was a calm, collective meetup, you know. I don't think anybody won this meetup. The only thing I took away from this meetup is both guys seem ready. Both guys are respecting each other. Both guys know how important this fight is. And they're both going to take it very seriously. And I'm looking forward to that fight, guys. That's a fight I'm looking forward to. But also, what I really took from this is these guys know what they be talking about. Like, for example, Bob Arum said Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence Jr. wasn't going to be a competitive fight. Errol Spence Jr. said Mikey's taking the fight because he's getting paid. And then Errol Spence Jr. told us his game plan to fight Mikey Garcia, to fight Sean Porter, to fight Keith Thurman, and then Manny Pacquiao. It looks like that's exactly what's going to happen.
And when I look at the welterweight division, the only talent I see there that I think is special, that has the chance to be great and to compete evenly with a fighter like Crawford is Errol Spence.
There's a new fish coming up in town. His name is Terrence Crawford. That's coming up to 147 pounds. Who I think right now is the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the game. Who's going to test these guys too if they're getting in the ring with them?
Right now, I'm going to say Errol Spence. You know, I think he's the guy at the top of the division. He's young, he's hungry. I don't know how long he's going to be there. You know, he's a big guy for the weight class.
Personally, I think Crawford beats all of those guys that you've just mentioned, and quite comfortably, by the way. So, though I think he's shown he's up there with the best in the world, even when he's not 100% on his game.
Oh, he'll beat Keith Thurman and Errol Spence because he's a technician. He's a well-rounded fighter. You know, he's a smart fighter. You know, he'll demoralize you with his skill. You know, you could be a great fighter in every way, but when you step in the ring with a Terrence Crawford, it's different.
I mean, he's a great fighter. When I get older, I'm gonna be like Bud from Omaha, Nebraska, when I turn pro.
He's a great person, a great athlete, a great fighter, and when he moves up to 147, and I believe it's gonna be a lot like 140 for him. He's gonna be able to compete with the best and entertain. You know what I mean?